Hi guys, welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these mini Christmas stockings. They're a perfect size for either hanging on your tree or you can make an advent garland out of them, which is what I've done with mine. They're a perfect size, as you can see, to fit little mini chocolates in. Okay, and obviously depending on your tension, you could always increase or decrease your hook size and your yarn. If you used a chunky yarn, you could make a bigger version of this. Okay, so I've been struggling for quite some time to find one that's actually got a nice smooth heel. Normally the heels are really square and bulky, but I've managed to actually get it sussed now. So I thought I'd pass it on to you guys. It's a really simple pattern. All you need is a yarn of your choice, a pair of scissors and a 4mm crochet hook. So to begin, we are going to make a magic ring. If you don't know how to do that, if you pop onto my channel, there are some videos on there, and there's a playlist called Crochet Basics, and within there is a video of a nice slow instructions on how to make that. So we've made our magic ring. We're going to single crochet 6 into this ring. So I'm going to be explaining this tutorial in US terms. So if you were working with UK terms, these would be double crochets. So we're doing 6 into our ring. One, two, three, four, five, six. Pull your ring closed, and that's round 1. Round 2, we're going to increase. I'm just going to go straight in. I'm not going to bother with slip stitching or anything like that. So just find your first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Insert your hook and work a single crochet increase in there. So insert 2 single crochets into that same stitch. So that's 1, 2, into the next stitch, 3, 4, into the next, 5, 6, next stitch, 7, 8, next stitch, 9, 10, and your final stitch, 11, and 12. Okay, so now you should have a little ring and you should have 12 stitches around the outside of this one. For the next one, the next round 3, 4, 5 and 6, so the next 4 rounds we're just going to single crochet back into each of these stitches. So we're just going to repeat this 12 stitches around. So if I let you get on with those, and I will meet you back here once we get to the end of round 6. So now we finished round 6. To begin round 7, we are going to chain 1, and then we're going to turn our work, and we're going to single crochet into the next 6 stitches, including the one we've just chained from. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then again we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Now for round 8 we're going to single crochet into the next 5 stitches, starting in that very first one there. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now for the 6th stitch, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be shaping the corner of our heel now. So you need to insert your hook and pull up a loop as normal, as if you were creating your stitch there. Then what we want to do is insert our hook into the base of our stitch here. So where our stitch actually begins, see it as a long stitch if you like. In this stitch space here, we're going to insert our hook, pull up another loop. So we've got 3 in total on our hook, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. Okay. Then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work again. Single crochet into the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to repeat what we just did at the end of the last round. So we're going to insert our hook and pull up a yarn, then find our stitch that we've worked the bottom of our stitch from, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through those 3 loops there. Now we are going to single crochet into each stitch around, including the foot here, but we need to chain 1 first and turn our work. So we need to crochet into the next 12 stitches. So just do a quick stitch count to check that you haven't missed any or gone over any, because you can lose them quite easily in this pattern. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Then come down to your unworked stitch. So not the base of the stitch like last time. Come to the next blank stitch, the next unworked stitch. So we've got 6 at the top, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Okay, so single crochet into the next 12, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, and remember on the 7th one move down to the unworked stitch on your foot. But if I were you, rather than just going straight into it, because what I'll end up doing is leaving quite a big hole, I'm going to insert halfway down the height of my heel, pull up a loop, and then insert into that unworked stitch there. So we've got 3 loops on our hook again, and I'm going to pull them all closed. Okay, then continue around. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and our 12th one there. Okay, so that is, what round are we on? That was round 10 complete. Now for round 11 we're going to do the same again. We're not going to turn our work this time. We're just going to keep going round now in continuous rounds. So like we did on the opposite side, to get from this stitch here up to the top here, I'm going to be inserting my hook about halfway up the height, pulling up a loop, and then finding that first stitch there, inserting your hook, yarn over, and then pull through all 3 of those loops. Okay, so that just stops the gaps, too many holes, etc. Right, so that's 1. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you should be able to just follow the stitches around now. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and into our 12th there. Okay, so that is now the end of round 11. So you should see that you can see your heel there now, and we're starting to go back up for the height of the stocking. So we continue with inserting 12 single crochets into each round, and we've just done 10 and 11, and we need to do the same for 12, 13, 14. So another 3 rounds of single crochets in each, and I'll meet you back here in a second. So we've come to the end of round 14. For round 15 we are going to work another 12 single crochets, but depending on where we end up, because we're not slip stitching and chaining 1 at the beginning of each round, our starting position sort of changes as we do our rounds, as we work up. So just continue around until you've done your 12 on round 15, and I'll show you what to do after that. So I've done 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 and 12. Okay, so for me, I have ended up stopping on my 12th right in the middle of my stocking. Now we don't want that because in a minute, in this next round, we're going to be colour changing to our trim. And because with a colour change it's almost impossible not to see it, if we were to have it slap bang in the middle of our trim, in the middle of our stocking, it just wouldn't look very good. So what I do, so you can see it's there, and I also tend to use it because then it creates the loop at the end. So what we need to do, you can either go back a couple of stitches or you can finish off and go round one more time. I think I'm just going to go round one more time, and then we're going to stop just before we get to the centre of the heel at the side there. So you don't need to worry about counting your stitches now. If you want to get if you were only like 1 or 2 stitches over like I was, you could just go back if you like, but I'd just rather mine was a little bit longer than shorter. So we've come back round to the other side of the stocking now, and flatten it off to check where your middle stitch is for your side. So I'm just going to do one more there. Actually I'm not, I'm going to stop there and I'm going to change colour to my trim now. Okay, so to do that, start your stitch as normal, but on your final yarn over, change colour and pull that through both loops. Okay, and then I'm going to chain 1 again as well to secure. Pull off your red and take your tail of your new colour and your main body and work them in under the stitches. So now we're just going to work another single crochet into each stitch around to create our stocking trim. And once you feel you've worked in enough of your tails, then you can trim those off. Leave a little bit extra off because we might need those for attaching our hanging cord to in a second. So just move those back so that they're in the inside of the stocking, and then continue all of your stitches. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then that's where we've got our colour change. So we've done 11, now we need to do our 12th. So just insert into that next one there and have a look and see what your colour change is looking like. If it's really obvious, depends on which way round you want to hang your stockings. If you want them this way or you want them that way, it depends. So if you want them that way, I wouldn't worry about it because all you would do is pull up a long loop there and then you've got a hanging loop and your finished stocking. If you are a bit like me and you really don't like the colours showing through too much, then try and sort of jimmy in underneath down at the bottom of the red there and try working a stitch like that and then slip stitching into the other one there, the next one along. Yeah, see, that neatens, that's colour change. You can still see obviously, but it's neatened it up quite a bit. And then for the hanging loop, all I do is simply just pull a nice long tail from my working yarn, trim off the end, find one of the tails from before and tie them together in a knot to secure, then trim them short and tuck them back in the stocking, and there you go. There you have your little mini stocking. These are perfect for little advent calendars. They're also really good for little applique cards and things like that. If you were to do them in like a 2mm hook, they come out really dinky. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did and you're not a subscriber already, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. I've got lots more festive makes coming up very soon. And if you could, please pop a like on the video. This helps other viewers see the tutorials too. Thank you again, and I will see you another time. Happy crocheting!